Finland isn't prepared to defend itself from Russia. That's the warning coming from Finnish fighters on the front lines in Ukraine. Many of them completed their military service in the Finnish Defence Forces, often training in the Pori Brigade, a unit known for preparing soldiers for international missions. But on the modern battlefield, they say that training is no longer sufficient to protect either Finland or Ukraine, as it feels outdated. They've seen real combat, and according to them, what they learned back home doesn't match what war looks like today. The Russia-Ukraine war has intensified the need for stronger defense in Europe. European countries are confronting significant challenges in modernizing their defense capabilities, particularly in the absence of robust US support. Despite increased defense spending, many European militaries remain reliant on outdated equipment and fragmented systems, hindering their ability to respond effectively to contemporary threats. The decline in military readiness is also evident in the reduced number of active personnel and equipment. Since the end of the Cold War, European armies have seen significant reductions in manpower and hardware, leading to diminished operational capabilities. For instance, the combined number of main battle tanks among major European powers has decreased substantially, impacting their ability to conduct sustained ground operations. In response to these challenges, initiatives like the European Commission's Readiness 2030 aim to bolster defense capabilities through increased investment and collaboration. However, without addressing the underlying issues of fragmentation and outdated systems, Europe's ability to defend itself independently remains uncertain.
The Readiness 2030 plan is crucial. It provides up to 800 billion euros of defense investment possibilities for the member states. And this means, for example, joint procurement with Ukraine in the European Union, but also in the Ukrainian defense industry. It's strengthening the defense industrial base of Ukraine. And of course, we need also a credible deterrence and defense posture in the European Union. And thus we have to develop our own defense industrial base too.
A critical issue is the lack of interoperability among European forces. Unlike the United States, which utilizes a streamlined array of military platforms, European nations operate a diverse and often incompatible set of equipment. This diversity complicates joint operations and logistics, making coordinated defense efforts more challenging even as the threat grows. Although countries like France, Germany, and the UK possess formidable military forces, a lack of coordination and integration between European nations has led to fragmented defense capabilities, ultimately diminishing their collective strength in the face of growing global threats.
We have to hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. And so, my wish is for the Americans to be engaged by our side, and my wish is for the Americans to provide support or even active participation in all of this. Because it is good for their European allies, it is good for NATO, it is good for all of us. But we have to prepare for a situation in which they will not be with us. We have to prepare for both cases.
Germany has set ambitious goals to increase its defense capabilities, but the Bundeswehr saw its personnel numbers drop by 1,500 in 2023. Although Germany plans to expand its military by 2031, recruiting soldiers remains a significant challenge.
We have seen how the negotiations have gone so far, and that Russia has always added something afterwards. This shows very clearly that Russia is currently not interested in real peace. That makes it all the more important that we insist on a ceasefire, that it is possible, and that it is linked to the immediate cessation of attacks on infrastructure, for example, and that more opportunities for a good future for Ukraine can arise from it, especially for a fair and reasonable peace.
In the UK, recruitment is also struggling. In 2023, the British Army failed to meet its recruitment goals, with a deficit of nearly 6,000 troops. The UK Ministry of Defence has been actively trying to improve recruitment, but the number of people joining the army continues to fall short of what is needed. Many European armies are also grappling with more practical challenges, such as unappealing pay and poor living conditions for recruits. As a result, EU countries are facing significant challenges in maintaining a robust military force. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen recently addressed this shift in approach. The future of Europe's defense capabilities will depend on how effectively nations adapt to evolving challenges and shifting priorities.